Long ago, in a land called Israel, people lived in small villages and worked in the fields. This was a time when different tribes lived side by side, sometimes peacefully, sometimes with challenges. In these ancient days, the hand of God sometimes touched certain individuals, granting them special abilities for specific purposes, often to help their people during difficult times. This story begins with one such remarkable person, Samson. During this period, the people of Israel often faced difficulties from a neighboring group called the Philistines. The Philistines were a strong and powerful nation, and they often controlled parts of the land where the people of Israel lived. Life for the Israelites under Philistine influence could be challenging, with their daily routines and freedoms sometimes restricted. There was a constant need for leadership and strength to guide the Israelite people. Our main character is Samson. He was a man of unusual origin, set apart from birth for a special task. From an early age, it was clear that God had given him extraordinary physical strength. He was known for this great power, which did not come from his muscles alone, but from a divine source. Samson lived among his people, the tribe of Dan, and his life was marked by many powerful deeds. At one point, Samson had caused significant trouble for the Philistines. As a result, the Philistines were very angry and sought to capture him. To avoid greater conflict, Samson's own people from the tribe of Judah decided to hand him over to the Philistines. They tied Samson with 2 brand new ropes and led him down from a rocky area to a place called Lehi, where the Philistine army was waiting. This seemed like a stable and familiar solution to avoid a larger battle. As Samson was brought to Lehi, the Philistines saw him and cheered loudly, ready to take him away. But at that very moment, something extraordinary happened. The Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon Samson. This was a direct surge of divine strength, a clear and unmistakable gift from God. It was a moment of profound change, and Samson understood that this power was given to him to fight for his people. With this newfound power, Samson immediately broke free. The ropes that bound his arms suddenly became as weak as burned flax, and they fell off his hands without effort. He then looked around, surveying his surroundings for anything he could use. His eyes fell upon a simple object lying on the ground, the fresh jawbone of a donkey. It was just a bone, dried and ready to be discarded, yet Samson picked it up. Samson now faced a truly difficult situation. He was just one man, armed only with a donkey jawbone. Arrayed against him was a large group of Philistine soldiers, well armed and numerous. The odds were impossible by any ordinary measure. How could one person, even one as strong as Samson, overcome such a vast number of trained fighters with only a bone for a weapon? This was the main challenge, a clear limit to what seemed humanly possible. Then came the key turning point. Empowered by the strength granted to him by God, Samson rushed forward. He used the jawbone with incredible force and skill. In that decisive moment, one man using an animal's bone defeated 1,000 Philistine soldiers. This event entirely shifted the situation, turning a moment of capture into a moment of overwhelming victory. Immediately after this great battle, the Philistine soldiers who remained fled the scene. Samson stood victorious, but the intense effort had left him utterly exhausted and incredibly thirsty. His throat was parched, and he felt as though he might die from thirst. He called out to God, asking for water, his victory having brought him to a point of physical weakness and deep need. God heard Samson's cry. From a hollow place in the ground, a spring of fresh water suddenly appeared. Samson drank from it, and as he did, his strength and spirit returned. He was completely revived and refreshed. Because of this amazing event, the place where the spring appeared was later named En-Hakkore, which means, the spring of him who called. Samson then served the people of Israel as their leader, or judge, for 20 years. bringing them peace from the Philistines for a long time. The lesson from this story is simple and clear. Even when faced with truly impossible odds, and even when a person feels weak or has only the simplest tools, great things can be accomplished. It shows that help can come from unexpected sources, and that one should always ask for what is needed, for provision can be found in the most surprising ways. After this great victory and his revival, Samson continued to lead the people of Israel peacefully for many years. The spring of water served as a lasting reminder of God's provision in a moment of extreme need. The story leaves us with the image of a leader who, with divine help, guided his people through challenging times.